everyone. It's Harry of Hasbro's TV back again with Eugen. Eugen, you're right, man. How's everything? Good?
Everything's well. Everything's well. Just tired. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world. Right, it is what it is. Right, being a Spurs fan, yeah, I'm confused like fuck. So let's
go. So I guess we are going to talk about the Newcastle game. First, did you watch along for it as well? Didn't you? I think.
Yeah, I did a watch along at 4 a.m. in the morning, and I was praying for them. I mean, I didn't want to go into the penalties and all that, and the show would drag on. So Newcastle did me a favor, right, and smacked us properly. Guys, I don't understand. Can't we see, right, that we were out-pressed, out-muscled, right, and out in every single sense of the game? You get what I'm saying? And when he put Paulinho back in defense again, I was going, yeah, we ain't taking this seriously, right? And big up JJ, big up, hope you're doing well. We ain't taking this seriously, right? And I don't know. I'm not frank out, but I guess maybe this is where he's still trying to get his feel around the squad and the blah 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 and all that. But it's a painful watch, you get what I'm saying, right? And I can tell you this for very sure. Our Spurs fan base, right, can't take pragmatic football.
No, they can't. They can't.
They can't take pragmatic football.
I'm
and
on
look
X,
what happens to
so I know.
Yeah?
I know.
Look, and I'm on X, so I don't care, right?
No, because you see
to...
after every game, our football's not good enough. Oh, this or that. And
no, that's why I'm telling you guys, right? Mourinho, Nuno, Conte, pragmatic football. They were hounded out of the club, right? And now when Frank comes in and he starts doing pragmatic football, there's a big divide there. You can see that. So what do we want? For me, it's a very simple thing. Just long we win, I'm happy. I don't care how you play football. You can play naked for all I care. You know what I'm saying? Just win it. You know? So all I'm going to say now is like this, right? Of course, he needs time. We know the quality of the players he has up front sucks, right? And I've been saying this for some time too, right? When we had Mourinho, Nuno, Conte, we were pragmatic. When Ange came in, he just passed the ball forward, right? And the fan base was back in delirium again. Big up, Daniel. Hope you're doing that, right? So all I know is this now, right? Our attack sucks. It's so clear, right? All this time, we know Richie ain't good enough, right? Solanke is injured, right? Tell, ain't good enough. And Odobe somehow got injured. And Vicario, I heard Vicario is injured now. That's why he didn't play.
Huh? But I heard Odobe, Adogi, and
Romero is coming back. Yeah.
Adogi's back apparently, and so is Odobe. So how's Vicario injured? He didn't even play.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe that's why he didn't play. Right. So, guys, right, don't expect anything great. We'll go into the Chelsea game later, right? Don't expect anything fantastic in the Chelsea game because I tell you, before Daniel Levy left the club or got kicked out of the club, right, he cursed the club. He cursed that stadium, right? Don't forget, right? He has cursed that stadium, right? We're going to start to bring in the Malay the Malay shamans, right? The Chinese mediums, the Jamaican voodoo priestess, right? And of course, I don't know, a few Catholic bishops or priests and all that, right? To start doing all the chants and exercising the whole stadium, right? To get rid of the curse, right? But the injury part, to tell the truth, we are Spurs. We go through that. We've seen that with all our managers. It's not the first thing. Yeah. So all I can say is that, right, for the Newcastle game, when that lineup came up, I lost my mind. I lost my mind because I did the watch along with Guy and Robert, a Newcastle fan, right? And I lost my mind. I said, well, why is he shoehorning Paulinho in that defense again? And then you put Danso onto the left, which is not his his prime position, right?
Yeah.
and you make him look stupid that night. You get what I'm saying? He was playing on the left, you know. So that's what I'm saying. I'm confused. I'm still confused until now. And whilst that was happening, right, I was saying, make the changes at halftime. Don't waste time, right? Bring on Moani, bring on Kudos, bring on. If you were seriously wanting to win that game, right, go out and do something. But nah, he's still hanging on until about 60th plus minute. Then he started making the changes. But by the time it all comes to it, we're already 2-0 down, right? And
apparently, he had a small knock. So I was just reading about Macquarie. He had a small knock. Apparently.
Yeah, yes, a small knock. I think they rested him for the Chelsea game, right? So, and we come to that part is that he rotated the squad for the sake of the Chelsea game. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. But let's see what happens. The game is on Saturday or Sunday? I'm not saying Saturday.
Tomorrow.
Right?
Tomorrow. This time tomorrow it kicks off.
Yeah,
literally this
it's
time.
slightly late, 5:30 kickoff in UK. And guys, to tell you the truth, right? 5:30 kickoff in UK. It's 1:30 a.m. in Malaysia. Think about that, right? So all I'm gonna say is a very simple thing. If you weren't seriously considering, right, putting your best team out for the Newcastle game, or you weren't even thinking of going for the Carabao Cup, why didn't you put on the youngsters? Do what the other clubs did, right? Liverpool changed their whole squad, right, against Crystal Palace. Why don't we give the chance to the youngsters? Put on Scarlett, put on Olesesi, right? Let them have a run out of play, right? Instead of putting this half-baked squad out, half-baked first 11 in that game, and it showed all our weaknesses, right? We were out-muscled every time, bro. Did you watch the game? Every time we got the ball, a Newcastle player was pressing us. They were manhandling us, right? Richarlison was crying like a baby half the time. The goal that we conceded, they said, Spence was doing his boots, right? You think Newcastle will care? Once the referee blows for the corner kick, right? It doesn't matter whether Spence is taking a wank on the pitch, right? It doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
So why make excuses? If you didn't want to take that game seriously, put on the youngsters, right? Go in your press conference, right, and says, this is what I've decided, right? And I'm going to do this. You get what I'm saying? So, and to tell the truth, at this moment in time, it's press conferences. I'm getting a bit miffed about it. You get what I'm saying? So, and the things that he says doesn't match the things that we see, right? Is he watching a totally different game than what we are watching, right? And we know the quality up front ain't good enough. What are you going to do about it? If Richarlison ain't good enough, if Tell ain't good enough, it's the League Cup, round of 16, and you don't think that you want to go to the next round, put on Scarlett. Let him have a run out. Try him out. If he does brilliantly in the Newcastle game, right, then maybe you could put him in the Chelsea game, the next game. Give him a chance.
Do you think he should have played Moani because Moani's only had like 30 minutes the other day? Or do you think he's playing him tomorrow against Chelsea?
Yeah, I guess he's resting Moani for Chelsea. But the thing is that we have seen Moani, he's not up to speed.
He's not. Right? He needs game time. I would have played him personally. I wanted to see Moani.
He's not up to speed. He needs game time. He needs more game time. And to tell the truth, the Newcastle game would have been perfect for him. He would have known what the physicality of the Premier League is. You get what I'm saying? Right? And to tell the truth, Newcastle, no Bruno, no Joe Linton, no Gordon, no Murphy, right? No Pope. They
rotated them. They still had Alanga and Wilton Maid and Barnes as their front three.
Yeah. So
the midfielder wasn't.
Yeah, and that was the thing, right? When that happened, right? What I saw is that
you're right, mate.
Hey, big up. Look, how you doing?
Walk on.
Early morning. Yeah, the sun is just rising. The sun is just rising in New Zealand, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, man. Sun just got up, bro. Yeah. Big up, everyone, man. Good to see you guys.
Hey, you're right, man. Long time.
Yeah, hope you're doing well. Right. Yeah,
Thanks,
so
man.
I'm just going on this little mini rant that I'm going on now. So if you're doing something like that, put on the youngsters, let them have a run out. And Muani, he needs it. He needs to gain time. He needs to put the minutes in, right? Get the feel of what's happening, right? Because you're playing a Premier League team, and Newcastle took out most of the prime players. They put in a well blended kind of a team out, first 11 out there, and they totally dominated us, right? We were out muscle 90% of the time, right? Denzel was lost in left centre back, and to tell the truth, Kinski, he looked like a 15-year-old kid in goalkeeper, to tell the truth, right? When they had the corners, right, the players were like, oak trees, and we were like the little sprouts. So I don't know, and maybe maybe our players weren't that into it, right? That's all I said, right? Yeah, Kinski shit. Yeah, maybe he's got some kinky shit down there for you. All right, guys, you guys go ahead. I've had my say, right? So I had to do that watch along at 4 a.m. in Malaysia, right, until 6 a.m. right, and I was like, end it.
Level. I say a name wrong. I say a name wrong.
Levon.
Yeah. What do you think about the Newcastle game?
Hey, well, hold on. Before you go on, I'm going to call you LeBron from now on, man. You see? Happy Feet Harry has his name. LeBron is this brother now. Man, you need to change up your name. Your name's too basic.
It's okay. How about Eugene? What do you call Eugene then?
Yeah, carry on doing what you think. Sorry, man. I just had to add that 2 pence, but carry on.
No, man. Big up, man. Big up, TJ. Big up, Hez. Eugene, man. It's been a little while, but thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really spoken since Frank was appointed, so kind of coming in from a little while, but just want to quickly just talk briefly about just what I think of his football. I think it's very solid. It's very defensively sound. You can see the same issues are there when going forward, is that there's just nothing that's kind of created. And I suppose what that means is that, because Ange was kind of overloading with the inverted fullbacks and it created a much more chances. It seems as though because we're sitting back a little bit and the chances that we're making, those people have to hold up the ball, like Richarlison, the ball's bouncing off of him. The wingers, poor crosses, and we've got lack of depth right now. So I do feel for him a little bit. But yeah, Eugene's right, man. We were just out muscled in that game and just physically, and they're always physical, aren't they, Newcastle? Always. Every time I've watched them, they just have a really big presence. But Kinski, yeah, he was absolutely horrible, man. I think he's been focusing too much on his hairdo, he's been trying to do a slick back and his he just really, really poor. But I see both sides to it. I do think he's playing with the cards he's got. There's a little bit more side you want him to push forward a little bit, but I understand you don't want to. What basically happened with Frank is that the pendulum was one way with Ange, and now he's swung the pendulum the other way. But when you swing it back the other way, there's not enough quality to balance it out to get it in the middle. So it's a bit of a balancing act. I'm finding that, and it's not his fault. It's the quality of the players at the end of the day. Like I think his defensive setup I like it. I think it's real solid, but going forward, it's just it is what it is.
Do you think?
Unless you want to invert all fullbacks and all that.
Do you think we benefit from changing formation at all, or I've seen people suggest 4-4-2 even, which I don't think would ever happen. But do you think it would help?
What was the formation we were playing with at Everton where what's his name was dropping and Kudus was wasn't he playing as a
Kudus
10
and Johnson were right?
Yeah, that looked good.
I think
Kudus was playing as a 10. Yeah, Kudus was playing at 10 in the game. I think that game, right? He did a 4-2-3-1 and put Kudus in the 10 and put Xavi on the left, right? And but
Yeah,
somehow
it was
another
like
Kudus likes to run back into the right. See, and that confused me like shit in that game. Right? I was going, why is Kudus and Johnson running down the right with Porro behind him?
Well, I think this is a tactic. I think it's a tactic because I watched a video, ironically, before this happened. I watched a video on YouTube. Someone was talking about Frank overloading certain areas of the pitch, like tactically. So early in the season, he was overloading Porro with Kudus on the side, for example. So this time, I think maybe he overloaded Johnson with Kudus. It's like the overload is a very old school tactic to overload one side. And that's what I think maybe what it was, because Kudus wasn't like, he was playing in the middle, but to be honest with you, I thought it was like playing two right wingers, really. That's what it looked like.
It worked in some senses because it and I think I know this is probably crazy, but I would chuck Kudus in the 9 at times just to hold the ball up, and sometimes I think it'd just be better to have someone in the middle with a different feel. I think we know what Richarlison is now. I think we Mwani probably needs more time. He's the guy that is probably like, you want to see more of him. But even mixing it up, just because we're lacking so much quality right now. But I did like that little change where he had Kudus in the kind of 10. But I think he'll get better. But I mean, out of a cup, everyone's going to attack Frank, because it's the Ange angle. Oh look, man, But at the end of the day, bro, he's got to deal with what he's got to deal with. And, you do think about it, sitting third right now with what most goals, his points differential is probably super, in terms of goals against is probably less than 10. Everyone was asking for that. So I think it's good he's doing.
Not me. I wasn't.
No.
Okay,
I'm not TJ next anyway.
No. But wait,
let TJ go.
No, hold on. Remember, I was saying this earlier. I think in the last show that we did, right? I said this was a very simple thing. When we had Mourinho, Nuno, and Conte, right, we were pragmatic. So when Ange came in, he pushed the ball forward, right? All the fan base was, ooh, right? Now, we can't take Ange more because we went too forward. Like you said, the pendulum swung so far off. Now, what Frank has done, he's just solidified our defense, and we look more composed in defense, and we are conceding less goals. But like you said, right, we need that balance. We don't have that balance. And I was telling Harry earlier, our fan base will not accept this pragmatic style of football. They will not.
No, I would. I would.
No.
Not me.
Wait, let me finish. Let me finish. I will accept it just as long as we win. But the thing is that when Mourinho did it, the fan base didn't accept it. When Nuno did.
I'm not part of that fan base, man. That fan base, I call Tottenham fans deluded. I don't mind.
That's the point. That's the point, TJ. You see, our fan base don't even have that balance. You get what I'm saying?
I don't. To be honest with you, let me make it clear in it. I don't care how we play. We can play attacking. We can play defensive. We can play part of the tank. We can play 11 man inside the goal, as long as you get the result. Exactly. As long as we win, I'm happy, to be honest with you.
I told Harry you could play naked just as long as we win. I don't care.
Bro, 100%. I agree with that point. But my frustration about Frank, and I said this last week, and I'll say it again, innit? The Frank that is managing Tottenham is not the Frank that managed Brentford. And what I mean by this, innit? Frank is known to change his system quite a lot. The reason why we brought Frank in was for the development, to change it up. Man, this guy's not changing up. He's not changing up. He hasn't. Look, there's only one game I can say where he actually changed his style of play up, and that was against PSG. Every game has been telegraphed the same. Every game we've played has been telegraphed the same way. Now, you could either use it as a positive where we've not conceded a lot of goals, which I think is a good thing. We've sorted out us not conceding. We're not conceding the same amount of goals as how Ange had us conceding the same goals, right? So that's a positive. However, the concern that I have about Frank is he's not tactically changing. And when you look at when he was at Brentford, this is how I judge Frank. I judge Frank based on what he previously done at his last club, and for me, he was one of the most adaptive managers. You know, and look, again, it's too soon to judge. Like I said, I'm still supporting Frank, even though I have all of these criticisms. You know, even though I didn't want Frank in charge. I make it very abundantly clear. I didn't want Frank as the manager, but I am supporting him. If
PJ?
fans can't, yeah, go for it, my friend.
Just want to guys, do you think Frank? Because you watch Brentford, I don't really watch it, but do you think Frank had a wider profile of players at Brentford, and that's why
he didn't.
was able to adapt? Okay.
Nah, he didn't.
Okay,
the reason being, when you think about Brentford had to use with the resources that he had at the club.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah,
but right, Frank developed the players that he had.
100%.
That he wanted.
100%. But the problem that we're having, he's not adapting. Am I not speaking facts here?
No, it's true. But I'm saying is that maybe he hasn't had the time, right, to actually develop the players to play to the style that he wants.
That's why I'm not Frank out. No. You see what you're saying here? That's why I'm not Frank out.
I'm not Frank out either. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that because we have been put in the dilemma now, right? We're not in the Europa League, we're in the Champions League. And every time he goes into the Champions League, right, we see that he's totally out of his level. You know, he's not used to it yet, right? The teams that he puts out against Monaco, and we're lucky Monaco is shit.
No,
you know,
but wait. Can I pause you here? Can I pause you here? Yeah, I agree with everything you said. I'm agreeing with what you're saying. My concerns were the reason why I didn't want Frank to be in charge was mainly because he wasn't experienced. I said that from the get-go. I did actually say that. He's not experienced in the Champions League, and clearly it's showing it. And he's not experienced. In all fairness, if we take our agendas out of our arses and we all was to actually judge Frank on what he's doing at Tottenham, he's the wrong profile manager to manage Tottenham. In my opinion, he is. He is.
He's the wrong. Wait, TJ. He's the wrong profile manager, right, to manage Tottenham now. Yeah,
100%. Yeah. Thank you for wording it the way you. You worded it better. Yeah, you worded it better.
Now, look, because you know why? Yeah. The Spurs fans, right, ain't gonna give him time, right? Like the Brentford fans gave him, right?
And why should we? No, but why should we give him time?
We want standards. We need
exactly.
The standards, right? We're not Brentford.
My point. That's my point. My point is this: Tottenham has standards. We're not Brentford, Brighton's, and Bournemouths of the world. And remember my statement a few months ago when Frank was linked. Yeah, I go back onto this. I want Brian Daigle to come on the show, and answer for his crimes, because he tried to convince me that this is a step in the right direction. And I said to him, I rate Frank as a manager. I actually rate him as a manager.
Yeah.
Look, everything I've said here, people might think I'm negative because I'm going away from, I don't know, bootlicking what he's doing, right? Yeah, we're third, but I can critique him because really and truly, it's not about having a project that lasts for the next 5 years. This is the thing, innit? This is how I judge it, right? The reason you sack Ange, and I keep saying this, was to get better. Are we any better?
I think.
Of course we are better. We are third.
Yeah.
We're into the end of the season, my friend. I hope I'm wrong. To be honest with you, I hope I'm premature with this. Yeah, I hope TJ, I'm wrong. I'd rather be wrong than right.
No, TJ, wait. If we take that in the perspective of things, right? When Ange had his first 10 games with us, we were first. Think about that.
We can judge it like that, but we can also judge it like this. We can judge it like this. We're out of all the cups. We're out of all the cups that we could potentially win. And for me, my biggest thing,
for FA Cup.
My biggest thing in it, yeah, my biggest thing on earth in it, and I've said this many times. I said it last year. I said it the year before that. I said it the year before that. I keep my standards the same. If you don't like my opinion, cool, you can go against it, right? But for me, my club has to win. I want us to win the biggest honors. I want us to be the biggest clubs of the world, and for me, that comes down to winning trophies. For so long, we haven't focused on trophies. This is the problem. We were a failure of a club for 17 and a half years. Let's not make the narrative change. Just because Ange won us a Europa League Cup, we were a failure in that sense. You know, so we haven't focused on cup competitions in a very long time. Very long time.
TJ,
go for it.
Can I ask you and Hayes and you? I sometimes watch us and I see us still conceding like big chances. Not
Yeah.
Like sometimes we say, they should have scored 4 or 5. Do you think that's because Frank is technically more pragmatic, but why are we still conceding that? Is it those big chances? Is it just the players, or is it just because
I think it's both worlds.
More.
Yeah, I think it's both worlds. You know, I had a interesting conversation with an Arsenal fan. In fact, he enlightened me about his situation, why he's not Arteta out. And I tried to convince him. And honestly, I took my Tottenham hat off. I tried to put myself in the top as an Arsenal fan. And I tried to convince him why he needs to change. But he said something very, very key to me why he says he's Arteta in. And I'm going to use what he said to relate it back to Frank. He said, when you play a certain way, whether it's defensive, whether it's attacking, whether it's controlling, if you're not example, if you're defensive, I'm just use one standpoint. The more you defend, yeah, you can defend all you want, right? There's going to be chances you let in that happens, right? It's football, right? It happens, right? You can't keep it. There's no style that keeps any goals out. Look at the best teams in the world, for example. They can defend all they want. Inter Milan, for example, their previous season, what was their style? Defensive. Did they concede? Yes, they did. They conceded, but their style was defensive. So you will keep the ball out the back of the net many times, which is good. We've not conceded like how we've conceded with Ange. The problem we have is the fact that we're not working on all fronts. This is where it comes down to development. He's not changed up his tactical style. We've not gotten better going forward, have we? Since he's come in.
This is what I think about his style.
Maddison, Kulusevski, and Son.
Yeah.
No, but with the players that we have on the pitch, we can equally argue, regardless of what you think about, you might think Richarlison is poor, you might think Solanke's poor, you might think Johnson's poor. In fact, Johnson's a very key person in this because Johnson, our last manager, this is not only argument I put out here, just to have a conversation. Our last manager got the best out of Johnson. He was our top goal scorer. The GA don't lie. The GA don't lie. He might not be the player to create chances, and he might not do anything phenomenal for 90 plus minutes, right? However, what Johnson's role was to put the ball in the back of the net, and in a way, it worked on the Ange. Whether we thought he was a great player, whether we thought he was a bad player, he was a successful player under Ange. Now, this is a thing.
Yeah,
this is a thing.
What I'm saying, what I see now is like this, right? Take away all those Johnson goals and all that. This season, we've started scoring from set plays like corners and free kicks and all that, right? But the problem is that
I'm not hyping Ange. Wait, hold on. One second before you go on. I'm not hyping Ange.
We're not hyping Ange.
Let me make it clear. Hold on 1 second before you go on. I want to just dust this in the bud because it happens every single week. When I bring up Ange, people think I'm an Ange sympathizer. I said the first season who was Ange out before all of you? Who? Me. I think I was one of the first. I was one of the first Ange outers in the whole of the Spurs community. The same time when Chelsea, we were going against Chelsea, and the whole Spurs community was saying we were going to get a win. Who predicted a loss? And who predicted a dramatic loss? Myself. I did. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. I'm not saying I'm right at everything I think. I'm saying Ange could have got sacked. He could go. If we got Frank, we need to focus on Frank. Yeah. I'm comparing and contrasting styles from old managers because we sacked a manager to be better.
I know. Okay, what I'm trying to say is like this, right? In our attack now, as I see it.
Come on, I've got the link in the chat, Hashim. Sorry, it's Chelsea fan.
All I'm saying is a very simple thing. Right? Yeah, still leave out, I know. Just gone, you're still leaving out. Yeah. You see, right? In our open attacking place, right? We don't do shots outside of the penalty box. We are still trying to play that tippy-tappy football to tap the ball in the penalty box. You understand? So our attacking play is still one-dimensional. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Apart from we scoring goals from the set plays and all that. So that's one thing that maybe he hasn't gone to that level, that stage yet, because he's still trying to solidify our defense. But we're already 9 games in. I think when Chelsea comes
obviously that's why I'm giving him time. Yeah. That's why I'm giving him time. I'm gonna, like I said to you guys, I said this to you many times. I'm judging Frank based on 2 seasons. I said this many times to you. People think it's too long to judge judge Frank, but I think it's fair enough to give him 2 seasons to see what he can do with this club. Because for me, we're in a transition where we're building again. We're starting from the scratch. Yeah. We're not 2 seasons in, and the 3rd season you expect him to be much better, right? Yeah, we're at the start, so you have to give him time for him to develop the players. But I can criticize what I'm seeing because I'm not seeing the Frank of Brentford, the Frank that transitions and changes him.
I know, but the problem is that TJ, you will never ever see the Frank from Brentford because number one, Frank was in Brentford for so long. He was able to adapt and develop the players to the style he wants. He's only been in our club for 3 months.
Okay, then the question is...
Wait. Let me get quick. I think what I'm hearing from you guys is that the profile of a Frank, he seems like he's a long-form manager, which means he needs 5 to 6 years to develop everything. Yeah.
Now...
Yes. Yeah, go.
And now, can I add on to what you've just said? Now... Take your genders aside. Take whoever the manager is. We could have Pep. We could have Klopp. Forget it. It was even Ange. Forget it. It was even Pochettino. Forget it. Forget that. Now, based on the manager that is managing Tottenham, is that the right recruitment? Is that the right standard? Is that the right standard? Is that the right standard? That's the only question I oppose to you guys. Because for me, we are in a phase where we're starting again. So now we're not even just 5. We were already 2.5 years behind Arsenal when we were under Ange. Now we are going back to like nearly 6-7 years now.
Yeah.
Ultimately, we're not where we want to be, really and truly. Let's keep it really honest here. We're not where we want to be. We're at the starting process. Teams like Chelsea have 2 years on us. Teams like Liverpool has 1 year on us because Klopp came last year, right? This is how you judge it. You judge it like that. Now, the question I'm going to pose again, us appointing Frank, was that the right choice? You see when Klopp left Liverpool, what was the reason they chose Slot? Why did they go for someone like Slot, not Frank? I think Frank could do a good job at Liverpool, in my opinion. I believe that. I think he's a good manager. I never said he's not a good manager. Nowhere in any of my interviews have I ever said he's not a good manager. And in fact, I'll challenge you guys. Watch back all my shows. Where have I said Frank is a bad manager? I've never said that. I've always said we have to give him time to develop because now it's a new system. The only concern I have is what I'm seeing from Frank is not what I saw from Brentford. He used to change up. If one system wasn't working, he will go to another system.
DJ, do you think that's because at Brentford he had a whole week to plan? You know, like he's playing 2 games a week, whatever it is, and he ain't got time to. And this is his first time, eh? You know, I give an example like when you have your first child. I'm not sure if you guys had your first child. You know,
Nearly.
before that, you and your wife are like, you know, you're going on the movies, you're going on holiday whenever you want.
I
You have
dodged
that
the
first
bullet.
baby. Okay, we'll talk about that another
I
time.
shot blanks. I shot blanks. I shot
Nah,
blanks, innit? I dodged the bullet. I
He
dodged the
does good.
bullet, bro.
Big up, man. Keep dodging it, man. Keep shooting like Richarlison numbers, man. You'll be
Yeah,
fine.
no, my shots were blanks. I had multiple opportunities and it was blank.
You're on
So
Richie.
nearly.
You're
I
on
understand where you're coming from,
Richie
though.
settings. Yeah, but what I'm saying, when you have that first baby, bro, you're
Yeah.
up all night feeding, you know. And I'm just saying from a workload thing, maybe Frank's not used to this. You know, he was at a cozy little stadium in Brentford. You know, 1 game a week, they can plan out. You know, they're having meetings where, man, hey, what should we try this week? Now he's 3 days, you know, every 3 days he's got a game. You know, it's a massive club. I'm just thinking maybe he's just, you know, just overawed, maybe.
Yeah, but
What do
if
you
he's
think?
overwhelmed, but then that's the thing. That's the thing. If you're saying he's overwhelmed, he's not the right fit. I'm sorry. The standards
Okay.
have to keep the standards. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying the standards
TJ,
have to keep the
TJ,
standards.
yeah, I know. This is a very simple thing, right? Like what Levon is saying is very true. If he's overwhelmed, if he can't handle it, right? I think by January, right, the fan base will go in a meltdown, and then you'll see changes
bro.
come in again. Yeah, that's how I see it, right?
January is always the worst month for like.
Unless the ownership sticks with him, right, and gives him time, right, to build something and give him time to develop the players, the quality, and the standards that he has. Right? That's how I see it. Right. But at the moment in time, all I can say is right, Frank needs time, but whatever has been happening is hell of confusing for me, right? Especially with his lineups. Sometimes I don't understand what's going on. And with the substitutes coming in, it's like he's just throwing them in for the sake of just throwing them in. But for the Newcastle game, we were out-muscled, out-pressed, and outplayed. That's all I can say, right? So it is what it is. We're out of the cup. And I was saying earlier, if you weren't that serious for the Carabao Cup, right? Why didn't you throw in the youngsters? Give Dane Scarlett a chance, right?
Eugene, can I just answer Daniel's question? Daniel, one day I would love you to jump on the show. I would love to deep dive what you like. It's good that you comment, and I rate that in it. But put your balls to the line and come to the conversation. You know why I would say come to the conversation? No, it's not a bad thing, bro. No, okay, please don't think it's a negative thing. I'm not even being negative here. I generally believe that I don't mind having conversations with people that think differently with me. You know, I would love you to convince me that we are going to stay third until the end of the season. Because realistically, this is how I see it. We are third. Daniel, don't take the table like this early, bro. It's 9 games in.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's true.
That's exactly what I was just about to say. I was going to say that I don't believe in any way we are going to be third at the end of the season. Now, in a way, if we finish 7th, it's like a successful season. Based on last season, you can kind of say yes on the league form, but then I can say no because we won a trophy. Do you see my point? So it's how you see football, right? I'm not saying my logical way of thinking is always right. You can disagree with me. I love people when they disagree with me. In fact, I might be a prickly prawn. The way I speak is because I'm from the hood, innit? Yeah. But generally, this is what I want for Tottenham. I want Tottenham to go in the right direction. And can Frank carry on playing the way we are and be successful? Ultimately, I say no. I actually say no. I don't think the way we play, he can carry on being successful like this. Don't you agree? We don't take teams to the knife. We don't. There's not been where's a game that we've been like, been the best of the best? PSG maybe. PSG was a good game. Everton was surprising.
I'm not expecting us because maybe don't remember Poch's first season, right? But we were like this. We were like a mess in the Poch's first season until they brought in Alderweireld.
This is where but this is where I differ. Hold on, wait. This is where I differ. Good that you said that. Great that you said that, innit? Now, if we were to judge Pochettino's tenure, yeah, I'm gonna say something massive, innit? And you might disagree with me. You might agree with me. Would you say Pochettino's tenure was a successful tenure? TJ's impossible. Worst conversion rate with women than the pick.
He might have to, his conversion rates are so bad. He might have to go bet for the other team. You know what I'm saying?
TJ, to answer your question, right? Poch was a failure.
He was a failure, right? 100%. I agree with you, Eugene. He was my favorite manager as well. But if I can say that, why can't all the...
But if that bald CUNT, right, gave him what he wanted and gave him more time, right, we most probably would had something, some success there. But the problem is that, like, our fan base will turn on a manager in the blink of an eye. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing.
That's true. But you, Daniel, just said something again. Sorry, he's directing bare questions at me, innit? Because obviously I'm the one that is proposing the hard questions, innit? Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Now, Daniel, I'm gonna rephrase the question now and be totally honest here, because I've seen you many shows say this, innit? You said it earlier, you said Ange agendas and synthesizers. Didn't Ange play the way he played last season to win a cup? What makes it different? What's different here?
Well, Ange didn't play the way he played to win the cup. He played the opposite way to win the cup.
Yeah, no, but he said in an interview that he didn't really care about the league, which I believe, because we had 22 losses. Whether that's acceptable to the standards of Tottenham, right?
After the Frankfurt game, right? I already told you the league was not the priority. Remember, right? After the Frankfurt game, somehow or another we come back away beating Frankfurt, right? Away. That's when the whole dynamic changed. He put all his.
But I actually think as well. I'm going to say something. Maybe you remember this as well. Who was the only one on this panel to say we would win the Europa League?
You were the only person, to be fair.
Yeah. There was a show I said we have to believe, and you guys were saying believe in what? How can we believe? Believe. I said believe.
I changed my stance after the Frankfurt game. Right? I went totally delusional.
Yeah, I was saying delusional from time, bro. I was actually saying when we were getting slapped up every single week, I was saying you have to believe there's a chance. There's still a chance. You have to believe. And I was actually saying, bro, and everybody was against me. Even the comments were against me. Now I look back at it, bro, I was bang on. I was so bang on the money. This is my issue. Look, again, I don't really have an issue. I think, like I said, I'm supporting Frank. I want to make that clear to anybody that thinks I'm not supporting Frank. I am supporting Frank. But I'm critiquing what he's doing. It's fair for me to do.
Let me say this.
No, it's fair for us to do that.
Let me say, when I watch Frank, and you guys might be able to talk this because you watch the Poch era and all that, and a little bit of Ange's era. The players on the field, when I felt with Ange, despite results, at times they flowed better. Like the ball was moving more fluidly. I think what I find with Frank at the moment, everything seems a bit systematical, but there's no connection. There's I just feel the players, especially up top, and they're lacking a bit of that connection. Like and I think
disjointed.
Yeah, it just looks at the moment like they're playing a system, but they're not playing together in ways, you know.
My opinion
And
about that, my opinion
yeah,
about that is we're too telegraphed. We focus. It's clear how we focus the build up, and we do it 9 times out of 10 times. Our best players, obviously, kudos, and what teams have actually now started to do. And if you actually look at games before they started to do this and games against it, watch the games back. I would love people to watch the games back. We relied on kudos to hold the ball and push the ball up the field, right? It would always go to kudos, and that was the focal point of Tottenham. Now teams are putting 2 and 3 people on kudos because they know that that's the only way we get the ball from the midfield upwards, right?
the thing I
Now,
think is,
go for it.
just quickly, just to add into this and add this to your talk, the Madison. I thought maybe reflecting on Madison, he was a really good link man and like putting passes through balls, all that type of thing. You know, what do you guys think? Yeah, keep going. But I just think maybe we're missing Madison. Even Kulu had that vibe of just like, you know, I don't know. They just linked up a lot better.
Realistically, we shouldn't have that problem. You know the reason why? Realistically, we shouldn't have that problem of linking the play to the attack, because you have players like Lucas Bergwijn, whether they're young or they're old, they are meant to be our creative players, right? They realistically, for the 10 role, it's between Simmons and Bergvall. Bergvall. If you think about it, like right now, right? Obviously, we've got our injuries with Kulusevski and Madison, right? Which obviously all injuries cause a problem because you don't have your full squad. Which I understand. I'm saying, look, that's why I'm giving them time. But
Yeah.
realistically, we do have the players to create enough chances to score. It's the system that we're playing that is nullifying the chances. And then what makes it worse is our striker's condition is even worse because we had time to get a replacement for Kane. I'm sorry. What we've done to Kane and Son, in my opinion, is outrageous. Look at the quality drop from Kane to Son to the players that we have on the pitch now. We never replaced them. We never embedded players to actually play a certain way at that time. So what more can you ask? Do you get where I'm coming from? What more can you actually ask TJ, when you think about it?
TJ, okay. When we lost Yen and Alderweireld, right? It took us 5 years to get Romero and VDV. Think about we lost Son and Kane. I think it'll take us another 5 years to find that replacement.
So ultimately, it was the board. It's the board's problem. The board has been failing us for many years, and I've never said no. This is on the manager. I've never said that. I've always said I've kept it really, really clear. When I was Levy out, look, someone like me, I went to many protests. I don't have to explain it. You know, like I was on the protesting quite a lot. Haz was on the protesting quite a lot, and ultimately, our ownership let us down because for me, we haven't replaced the players. And it's, you know, as well, like when you think about the players we brought in, we haven't brought in ready now players. We've brought in players like Bergvall that is going to be a future prospect. Archie Gray, that is going to be a future prospect. Teletubby Tell, for example, which is going to be a prospect, whether you like what he has or not. These players are not the final article. So the board is ultimately to be blamed. We should never, in a way, this is how I see it. We won the Europa League. The next step should have been going forward. I'm fearing that the step is going backwards.
You know what? I think there's kind of some, like I go back to that pendulum example. Frank most times will have 6 or 7 players in our part of the field, and he needs those 3 other players in the opposition's part of the field to create, right? Whereas Andrew's system was like, I'm going to have 2 players in my part of the field, and I'm going to have 8 players in the other part of the field to try and create stuff. But I'm just wondering what you guys think. You know, Frank, he seems as though he's a good manager, but you know, you're only as good as the tools that you're given. And you can then, like, for example, you know, I have a brother-in-law that he can cook pretty much amazing food out of nothing. He just looks in his pantry and he can grab stuff and make stuff out of it. Whereas, me, I need the right ingredients to make things work. Do we think that Frank is maybe more so he needs the ingredients to make something? Or is he actually a guy that can go into the pantry and open it up and say, yeah, I'll grab that? Because what you're saying, kind of, TJ, is that he
This
was
is
a
the only
guy at Brentford.
concern. This
He can
is
make
the only
something out of
concern I
nothing.
have. Oh, sorry. Can I say something and you can go in, Eugene? This is the only concern I have with Frank, which I think it's too premature to say it's a problem right now. But maybe after February and around February time, I'm going to start banging on this point. But right now, I have this concern that Frank has actually been backed the best out of all of our managers that we've had. Let's keep it very abundantly clear. He has actually been backed. He's gotten better assets than most of the managers that have managed Tottenham. Whether you agree with it or you disagree with it, he's been backed to the point where he should have a squad that is capable of finishing in the top 4, in my opinion. Right? Now, the question is, we've given him, whether you think it's a great window, whether you think the likes of signing Tell, the likes of signing Kudos, and the likes of signing Turkatai, or whatever his name is, isn't it? Yeah? Takai, yeah? Whether you think they are the players for Frank, and whether you think they're successful signings, he's actually been, they brought players in for him. Right, he's got the likes of Simmons as well. That was a build that I was against, but again, now we've had him. Cool, whatever, right? He's been backed. So now this is my main concern, right? Realistically, he missed out on one signing. Let's keep it real. We all knew we needed a left winger, and the left winger never came, right? So if you judge it from all factors, many managers before this have had it worse. So look, again, this is premature because I can only confirm once I hit February, once we go through January and it hits February, I'll be able to put my balls on the line and say, yo, he can't get this squad to what we need it to be, right? But in terms of backing wise, he's been backed. It's what I'm seeing on the pitch, which is my concern because he's not adapting. Okay, and that's my concern.
The only thing you're talking about backing wise is, of course, all the managers have been backed because they've been given players, right? Frank, to tell the truth, as I see it, the levels and the quality of the players that he has been given, right, has been very much better than a lot of the other managers.
100%. It's a fact. It is a fact.
That's a fact. But before you guys go on, guys, I got to make a move, right? It's going to be 2:30 a.m. here in Malaysia.
Man.
Before you go on, then the Chelsea game, I think I'm just going to predict it as a 2-2 draw, right? To give me a peace of mind. That's all. Because I'm going to be confused again with Frank's lineup for the game. And I'll be confused with the style of play, and I'll be confused with his substitutions, right? But guys, continue the show. Great to catch up with you, Levon, right?
Please subscribe to Celebration TV. You're streaming and watch along tomorrow, right?
I'll be doing the watch along. If I'm not mistaken, let me see how it goes. If there are Spurs fans going to watch the game in the Mamak store at 1:30 a.m. in Malaysian time, then I'll be doing it there. If not, then I'll also be doing the watch along from home. All right, guys, take care.
Big up, Eugene. Good to see you, my brother.
Big up, Eugene. Take care.
Bye. Have a good night. Morning or afternoon.
See you, my man.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. TJ, you what were you saying?
What I was saying about being backed in it, he's been basically the best manager to get the best players in, right? Let's keep it backed. Whether we think they're good or not, he's been backed the most. Now, I haven't seen a lot of development in terms of how he plays. And again, it's too soon to judge that. And it's fair. It's too soon to even say that Frank is going to be a failure. I can't put my balls on the line and say that, because that would be in a way that would be wrong of me to say like he's going to be a failure, because we don't know what the future, whether he does change it up or he doesn't. But what I'm seeing on the pitch right now, it's not amazing.
Huh?
It's not amazing. Yeah, do you hear me? It's not amazing, innit?
Yeah,
you know? So it's not amazing, innit? And I think again, it's gonna take time. Like, we have to give him time. Like I said, I'm giving him 2 years. That's my humble opinion. Again, I might give him more time than more people. Some people are giving him a season to get this sorted. I think it's unfair to give him a season because of what Ange done in the first season and the second season, correlated different stories, right? But this is ultimately the thing where Frank has to, again, you mentioned it earlier, has change it up. This is the thing. I thought I was getting a manager that is going to adapt. I was sold this assumption that he's a very adaptable manager. I think most of the fan base were.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen anything apart from the PSG game. Because he adapted this.
DJ, does he have the players?
What do you mean? He's been backed. What are you talking about? Does he have the player? He has been back more than better than. So what do you see my point? How can you say does he have the players when he bought?
We've got like 10 injuries. So what can he do? I don't know how much he can do. He can't really go to the back five now because we don't have enough defenders. Like, I don't know what else he can do, really.
I don't get paid. Let me be so real in it, yeah? I don't get paid the £1 million to be like, what can I do? You get paid to get results. That's the line of the business, right? Look, let's keep it to like normal world. In a workplace, yeah. I don't know if you're a manager. I don't know what you do. Like, I don't know how the hierarchy in your workplace works, right? In the workplace where I work in it, yeah. Big up TJ. I respect 2 years thing, but he's working at the moment with. Yeah, I agree with that, right? But like example, like in a workplace, in it, the hierarchy, you might have a manager, you might have a contract, yeah. In the way I work, in it, there's a contract, in it. Now, your manager is paid to make sure everything's run smoothly, right? Ultimately, make sure the contracts are done and making sure that your team is successful on the pitch and off the pitch. That's how I see it, right? On the pitch and off the pitch, right? And I'm using that in a logical sense. We are paying this manager millions to get results. I don't agree with the statement, what more can he do? Then he's not, from that statement that you've made, he's not the right manager then. I'm not putting words into your mouth, but you basically said to me, by you saying, what more can he do? Frank out. That's basically what you just said. That's initially what you said. Yeah. 100%.
With the players he's got, I don't expect him, like, he can only rotate like very limited rotation like he did against Newcastle, where he has to move Paulinho and rest one of the forward players, some of the midfielders. That's all he can really do in terms of resting.
No, but results are more important than what he. Okay, the best way to put it. In fact, let me dumb it down. Maybe that's too advanced. I'm gonna dumb it down like this, innit? Yeah, I'm paying you to fix my house. Yeah, I'm telling you, I want new tiles on my wall. Yeah, I've come back. Instead of you putting new tiles, you've painted my wall. Now
if you only gave me now
you come to me.
What if I only gave you paint?
Now you've come to me, yeah. Now you've come to me, innit? You said, look. You said to me, innit? Look, you wanted the tiles. I painted it because I think it looks better.
No, because you only gave me pain. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, you ain't giving me no time.
So-
You gave me pain to it. So I'm gonna
Okay,
paint
so
it.
I gave. Okay, so are we saying kudos? Tell. Okay, obviously Kotatai is injured, right? Simmons. Yeah, wait, hold on. Hear me out. Kudos, Tell, Kotatai, and Polina is not enough for him to get results. Are we? Is that what we're saying, or do we need
What
more
do you
than
mean by-
5 players?
Yeah, we do.
Are you saying
Already
we need more than
not.
5 players to get results?
Look,
What do you mean by get results? You're not going to win every game.
Yeah.
Oh,
Especially
not to win. Okay, realistically, where do you think Tottenham's squad can actually finish?
I've
What's
down
your
to 7.
What's your verdict? You have us down
7.
to 7, and do you think that is successful for Tottenham?
Do you mean Tottenham as in the context of where we are in terms of the players we have and
I think that's
or do you
successful.
mean Tottenham as like the entity or like Tottenham? I don't know, the football club itself.
Is it successful for you as a Tottenham fan to say I'm 7th place?
Well, in the first season of a manager, yeah, because it's transitional season. So, like,
see, this is where I differ with you. Nah, this is where I differ with you. This is why I differ with you. I'm against that. I'm against that because for me, it goes back down to this: you sacked a manager that finished in his first season 6th, in his second season trophy, right? For you to settle for 7th,
17th.
Yeah, but it got us into top 4.
We didn't finish in the top 4 though. We finished 17th.
Do you think? Okay, cool. Let's keep it real. Yeah. Do you think we're gonna get? You say we're not gonna get to top 4. We're not gonna have Champions League next year. That's basically what you're saying, right? So essentially, by you saying that, would you have? Come on, has TJ's clearly said, yeah, go ahead and paint his walls.
Tiles.
and I go and concrete. I go and concrete your floor as well.
Yeah.
That would be gold, man. TJ, let me get one thing off, right?
Yeah, go for it.
I just think for Frank, right? There's a little bit of it where he has to. I go. This is always the main call. Like I find it weird because people are saying, this is what I found hard when people would say, look, he's got us in 3rd. You know, we've got the points differential. People were saying the same thing about Ange in that first 10 weeks. I remember, like, you know, Danny has like and Sever and all that was like, this isn't going to last. But people were like, no, we're first. Why can you complain? I think that applies the same way with Frank.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to last. I don't think it's going to last.
All right, cool. If you word it like that, yeah, go for it.
But that's what I'm saying is that the people that are defending for it, and it gets into this whole defensive thing, but let's all be honest, that ain't going to last staying in 3rd. It just naturally won't.
Factual.
It might. We might go back to 8th, which is where I think 7th or 8th is where we should be. I think people will get this defensive thing where that was the same people that Anjin were saying, mate, we've won 10 games. Why are you complaining? You know, we finished 5th. You know but you can still see, oh man, this isn't going to last if Ange keeps playing this way. I think in same sense, Frank needs to be criticised in the sense that, well, he can't keep holding out these results. The defense will break down because I think Ange, if in a microcosm, did try to play a bit more defensive at times at the start of last season. And then when he lost Van der Ven and the injuries started to really pile up, the floodgates opened up.
And Romero Van Ven.
Yeah.
When he rushed back for Chelsea.
Remember the first 7 or 8 games? Remember the first 7 or 8 games, and he was a little bit more defensive. I mean, he was still gun ho, but he was just a tad. And he was still sitting. He was like sitting 7th or 8th, and he had a good points differential because remember he beat Everton 4-0, and if he was a bit more pragmatic, he would have actually got up to 4th. That's his problem. But then they flood, and I'm worried about December, January. The floodgates will open, and then we'll drop back down to 8th, 9th, 10th. But people don't want to mention that right now because everything's smooth sailing. But you can still predict when things are going to go.
And that's
bad.
my concern.
Just like how you predicted Ange.
My concern, isn't it? In fact, let me meet you guys halfway. In fact, 7th is a successful successful year for Frank. Right, 7th is a successful year for Frank because previously we finished 17th, right? So I don't think we're going to win a trophy this year, right? So 7th is successful. Any below 7th, it's unsuccessful. What's the difference between it finishing 8th and 17th? You're not in Europe.
Yeah. Well, that's where your
But the
priorities
difference,
change, right?
there is a different factor though between Andrew's first season and Frank's, which I always bring up. But we're playing Champions League football.
Yeah, Phil's right. It will break down. It will break down. Look, I just want to. I've got to shoot off, but I want to do a big up.
No worries, my bro. Listen, it was nice to see you, man.
Yeah, man. I try to get on when I can, bro. I think you guys have moved an hour forward or an hour back, so I can. There's a bit more.
An hour back.
I moved the hour back. Yeah, so I can catch you guys. But just quickly, man. Yeah, as always, bro. I always thank you for this platform. I just love to get my chance out again. I'm the only Spurs fan in this part of my country, so you guys are the only connections I have, I think. But I love it, man. I love the football, and I think it'll get better. But big up to you both, TJ, brother. Stop shooting those blanks. Get it,
100%.
If you're gonna do a turkey for your downstairs, then go do a turkey, man. You know what I mean?
No, let me tell you this, innit? The blanks was the best thing that happened because I realized it wasn't worth it.
Nah, man. Yeah, big up.
It's dark in it. It's dark in it, but the blanks were a gift that were never made. I was devastated, but it was. I was like, yeah, cool.
You shoot that blank and you say, "Thank you, Lord. I'm out of here. I'll see you later." I resigned from my managerial contract. Yeah. But big up, man. Boys, I'll catch you next time. As always, man, it's a pleasure talking to you guys, man. Stay safe, boys. Have a good day.
In a bit, my bro. Love. See you later.
Right. See you, bye.
Yeah. No. You know what? Look, for me, I think the fan base have to be patient. I've said this many times. I'm not changed. I'm not a flip flop. I've said this many times. People just think I'm really negative and like overly critical. Like people think I'm Frank out, man. A lot of people think I'm Frank out when I'm not. I've never said I'm Frank out. I've never said I'm Frank out, and I make it clear. I make it abundant that I'm supporting him for 2 years. But I'm allowed to call all of this out because for me, I just want Tottenham to be the best of the best. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, go for it, my bro. Chelsea.
I think for me, like, it's all right. It's just gonna take time, man. Like, this is why I referenced Poch's first season, because Poch, the first season, what I remember, like, okay, we won some big games like Chelsea at home, 5-3. There was some Arsenal. I think we beat Arsenal 2-1, didn't we? I think. But I think Poch also had better players, even though it was his first season. And also, we did only finish, I think, 5th. Was it 5th, I think? Or 6th that season, I think. So, like, there wasn't, like, we still had a mess. Like, I remember that. And that time, our defense was a mess because we had Fazio, I remember, at the back. And midfield was still, like, wishy-washy. And he was trying to work out what attack he was going to play because, obviously, eventually came through, innit? And we had Kane, and Son was signed the season after. And Deddy came back from his loan. So, like, he was still trying to find his way with it, really. I just think that we need to give it a bit more time. But I know what football's like here. If we lose 5 or 6 games in a row, it'll be a different story. So,
yeah, true. True. Look, I'll be so honest with you. You're right. When you say it like that, it's true, innit? I feel like we do definitely have to give him time, and I've said that many times. I think time is really what Frank needs right now, and I ultimately think if he can become this adaptable manager that people sold me on, because I haven't seen it. That's the problem. I thought it was TJ as well. I haven't seen none of it. That's my biggest concern. And if anything, if I was to pinpoint like why I'm so negative, is because I haven't seen him try anything different. And this is the thing, innit? If he did end up trying stuff different, then I won't have this conversation. Maybe the next thing will be like, yeah, cool, like this is a transitional phase, isn't it? Maybe we need to get a few of these players out because ultimately it's the players on the pitch that have to be at a standard for us to actually win matches. Forget tactics. Tactics aside, it's not about tactics. You can play whatever you want. It's about the actual players on the pitch, innit? The players on the pitch will determine what and how we play. Again, that's how I see it, right? Now, we just have to be a bit patient. But against Chelsea, I've got a different view in it, and you're going to be shocked that I'm going to say this, innit? I think we're going to win against Chelsea.
Really?
I think we're going to win against Chelsea. Yeah, I'm actually a bit confident. I hope it's not me, like you know the ones you just say stuff just out of the blue. No, I'm actually a bit confident this year that we could actually get a result against Chelsea, because we do tend to play against teams that are better than us. Well, we do tend to turn up against teams that are better than us. And I think Frank's style will nullify what Chelsea's are trying to do. But
so do you think that he'll play like a low block tomorrow, and then we'll just play on the counter sort of thing?
I think we're going to do on the counter, yeah, and I think that's going to affect Chelsea. TJ, I think he's patterned you away from home. He's trying to play attacking ball at home, but he doesn't have the right players. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But against Chelsea, look, Chelsea have really bad defensive issues. Their defense is their weak point of their whole team, innit? And also the goals have dried up from attack. João Pedro has kind of like had a dip in form. He's not shooting enough, and ultimately between Garnacho and all of them and Gittins, it's just been a big issue. I don't know if Cole Palmer's still injured. I haven't really followed Chelsea as much as I would like to.
I think he's injured. Let me just double check.
Yeah, so that's going to play a big part into how we do build up. But then again, there's still a bit of me that is going to say, like, Chelsea, no matter what day of the moon, no matter what day of the moon, we could be in an alternate universe, we will still lose that game. Chelsea, something about Chelsea, you know, every team has a bogey team. Like example, Man City, clearly Tottenham's their bogey team. Yeah. Clear, and it's not just one season. It's not just one manager. It's happened multiple seasons. Do you understand where I'm coming from? For you to say it's a bogey team. Let me just mute my mic. Hold on. Let me just mute my mic. Carry on talking in it, because
Palmer's still out. Delap got red carded. Badiashile, Colwill, Mudryk. I mean, we know about Mudryk. Don't know who Esugo is. They're all out. Those are the players that are out of Chelsea.
That's what I'm saying. I do believe in a way, in it, like we have a chance to, and I think it's going to be the right game for Frank to win. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah. But the thing with Chelsea, is I remember it took us, how many years was it till 2006 to beat them? It was like a really long time it took us to beat them from like ages before. And I was at that game. It was like the 5th of November or something, 2006. But we've always had a bad record against Chelsea.
The game we should have won against Chelsea, which upset me, and I realized, we're never going to win against Chelsea, was the season when we were going against Leicester, and Hazard came on and scored that finisher. It really made me cry, man. On a serious note, I was so annoyed. You don't understand. I in fact, you know what? That period, it was dark for me. That period was dark. I was like, fuck Tottenham, man. I'm gonna become like a Man City fan or something. I was even gonna switch suits.
You know, because the season after we beat them 2-0 at home. I remember Dele Alli scored that 2 headers. Do you remember?
Yeah.
I apparently he's pretty good.
To be honest with you, I actually think we have a really good chance at beating Chelsea. I'm predicting 2-1. I think we're going to concede. It's Tottenham. Let's be honest with you. But my goals prediction is 2-1, innit? But Tottenham take the win. And in a way, I'm confident to say this. It's going to be a comfortable. When I say comfortable win, it's not going to be a a hard game. No, well, it's going to be a hard game, yeah, but it's going to be a game where Chelsea are going to be what is it called? Chelsea are going to be 2-0 down or something like that. Do you get where I'm coming from? I think it's going to be a comfortable-ish game. I think we can beat Chelsea. I believe that. Maybe I'm wrong, but listen.
I think we can beat them, but it depends kind of what he does with the players' choices. I think Moani will probably play, which is a good thing.
Is this season TJ supports Arsenal?
He's one year up about the Leicester season, isn't it? Yeah.
Let me tell you this as well. Yeah, I think we can. I believe we can. I'm actually really confident that we can beat Chelsea. I haven't been confident like this for a very long time. Even when we were confident, I said we were going to lose. So this is the first time you've seen me on air say we're going to beat Chelsea.
Mm.
And if you do I don't gamble in it, but if you do gamble, the odds are quite good in our favour. I don't mind you putting something down, and I receive a food package or something. Yeah, but I'm the insider, bro. Yeah. Insider tells me that Chelsea's going to win. Tottenham's going to win.
Is it? Oh wow!
Hey, what's your opinion about Newcastle, man? We got slapped up, man.
Oh, for me, yeah, I thought we were going to lose anyway. But like, I think the midfield he picked was quite weak. Like, I think that's where we lost the game. Really, I know Richarlison missed like 2 really good chances. Midfield like Bergvall, Bentancur is, for me, it's never going to work because.
Can I also say something very uncontroversial, which a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but I thought Richarlison had a decent game.
Really?
Yeah, and when I say decent, I don't like. Obviously, there's things that Richarlison's never going to do in it, right? But I thought he was a menace in the side, didn't it? Like he was in the right moments. He just never got like there was a few balls that were like the Johnson pass, for example.
Yeah.
Man, Richarlison was so close to it. Like I thought he was in the right places. It just wasn't a striker's day. I thought he performed pretty.
I thought Johnson was worse, actually. Johnson was worse. 100%.
Johnson was worse, but I thought a lot of people are saying Richarlison had a howler, and I heard that because he's not bagging the goals and he's not offering. Yeah. When you're not bagging the goals, you're not offering anything up front. But just from the chances and the space that he was in,
general play.
General play. I thought he had a decent game.
Yeah,
and also the Kinksky era. I thought past that era, he was performing quite decent.
All right.
Like his past. I thought. Can I be honest with you? I think Frank suits Kinksky more than Vicario.
Yeah.
You know,
I think so.
The only problem is the bozo moments and the goal saving and the actual goalkeeping ability.
Well, a young goalkeeper as well, though. That's the thing.
Exactly.
Like,
so
I don't know what we should do with him because I don't know whether he might benefit going on loan to the Premier League club for a year and playing like every game.
But see, I differ with that opinion. I don't want people to think I'm deluded. I think the way we're playing and the way we are trying to build up. I'm not saying he's better than Vicario. Never said that. I'm just saying, based on how Frank wants to play. I think Kinksky could play a big part in Tottenham's squad for the next 5 years. It's just this is the concern I have. He needs to get better at loads of things. Goalkeeping ability is not good, but like disputing the ball, honestly, phenomenal. The passes that he done, I thought if he didn't make that mistake, he had a decent game.
Yeah.
Do you see my point?
Like with the coming out from the header, you mean, the header one, right? Yeah.
The header, that was outrageous.
Yeah.
But then again, innit?
But that's
A bit of me says your goalkeeper has to be able to save before
strong
passing and all of that. So then, if you're gonna flip it, he had a bad game. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Had a bad game as a goalkeeper.
Think what you're saying is because as a modern goalkeeper, like his kicking was really good, his all-round play was good. But when it came to just saving shots and stuff like that, like the basics,
it's not good. It's not good.
Great. And then we have another problem with Vicario. He does the other stuff, as in he does the shot stopping, whatever, but he can't kick a ball. So like it's like we've got two halves of the same thing, and they're not together. I don't know. Best to describe it, to be honest.
And I also believe that Kingsley needs a run of games in order for him to you know, like some players need one game after the next game after game. Look at Spence, for example. Give you a good example. Spence needed a run of games to become the player that he is right now. Yeah, he can become way better, and that's under development under Frank, right? I think going forward wise, he can get much better. Obviously, Adogi, when you're playing him on the left back position, Adogi's better at going forward, right? But I think Spence could become that player as well. But you need a run of games. You need a run of games in order for you to thrive. That's why I do agree with certain comments when they say, why don't we just play Audibert and let him play in that position and have a run of games? Because we don't know that maybe once he gets a rhythm, he could become better. But then again, are we a developing club, or are we trying to be the best of the best? That's where I differ. We have been put in a situation where our ownership has bought unproven talent. That's the issue. Exactly. So we have to become the Brentfords and the Brightons of the world. And that was my biggest fear. I said that from the get-go. That was my biggest fear.
But don't you think though that, like, because to me this is why I don't. Maybe I'm not with your thinking, because you think because we won a trophy last season. Obviously you want to win like the Premier League or the league or like something else. Like the two big ones, let's say.
Let me just word it correctly though. I don't think that's next season we're gonna win it. No, I want us to step in the right direction and try test the waters. Try and be that club that can carry on a good form. And whether you thought the form last year was bad, but we won a cup, we broke that hoodoo. I want us to go to the next level. Be more of a serious club. Don't be this developed, because let's be honest with you. When's the next time we're going to win a cup? When do you actually? If you were to predict when we're next, if it's another 17 years, it's been a failure, man. I'm going to be screaming if it's 5 years and we haven't won a trophy.
Yeah, I think the thing is though, before Enoch took over Tottenham, I think we used to win a trophy on average. Like every 5 years, I think it was on average, something like that.
That's a good average.
If we want to trophy every 3-4 years,
3-4 years, it's a good average.
It's actually all right. I'll take that. Like, I'm not expecting top to be as good as Real Madrid or Barcelona, or like, unless we, get bought by someone else, I guess. For me, the thing with Frank is that I always maintain this is I see him as like a development manager. Like, I don't see him as the end game manager. I'm not saying he can't be the end game manager.
That's what I don't want. That's what I don't want. I don't want a development manager.
Where we are, we finished 17th. We need to spend I think 1 or 2 years at least, getting somewhere back to where we were. Because I think if we want to win the Premier League or a title, you need to, I think it's going to take 4 years. Maybe.
True.
That's what I think.
What's your score prediction against Chelsea?
I'm with you. I think we'll win 2-1.
2-1, yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Put money down.
I think they'll score first, though.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I'm more confident that we can win. So I think we're going to either be 1-0 up, they get equalised and we win again, or 2-0 up. Do you understand where I'm coming from? That's
the opposite of me. I think they're going to score first. I don't know why. I just think they're going to score first. And then we'll win 2-1, quite late. Guaranteed red card to Chelsea. Yeah. Has 6 red cards.
They love their red cards, man.
Yeah. But I think it's a really good chance to beat Chelsea. Like, I agree with Hashem.
It's a
like,
perfect time to Chelsea. It's a perfect time to beat Chelsea. It's a perfect time. If you don't beat them now, we'll never beat them. I'm keeping that abundantly clear. If you don't beat them now, we'll never beat them. You guys said against Ange on his first season, this is a perfect time. And I said no against Pochettino, you crazy.
Yeah.
It didn't pan out that. We did start pretty well. Let's keep it real. We did start pretty well. I was actually shocked at how we dominated Chelsea. But it only took us a red card, 2 red cards for us to do the dramatic thing. And I predicted that I should have put money on that game, man.
6 red cards in 9 games. Oh,
that's crazy, man.
Because Delap got sent off the other day. I saw.
And as a Chelsea fan, you're a Chelsea fan, isn't it? You're a bit disappointed with how your team has started this season, because for me, I was on the understanding that these guys they're not going to title contend. They're not going to title chat. I thought they were going to be closer to titling. Title. Yeah, I thought they were gonna. I thought they were gonna like. I don't think they're gonna win the title. I never thought Chelsea were gonna win the title, but I thought they were gonna make it close. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Put a good effort up, even if they were to finish third out of the best. Yeah, the third out of the best. I thought that would be a really good season for Chelsea, but clearly it's gone backwards. They've gone backwards in a way.
Because Liverpool are going through what they're going through, and also City are not exactly like
with Liverpool. With Liverpool, it's kind of, in a way, it's kind of understandable why they're performing the way they're performing. Because let's keep it real. There's so many new players on that pitch. Yeah, they've lost so many players as well. Like realistically.
Sunderland,
realistically, realistically, Liverpool have to go through this transitional period, because it wasn't the first year. The first year, there was not much that
won the title.
Slot, there was not that much that Slot did to change the change. Exactly. So it's pretty much the team before that. This year, it's a whole dynamic. It's a whole new change. It's a whole shift. They've got players that haven't played in the Premier League. We have to keep it back. So even if they finish, I think Liverpool can finish in the top 4. I believe that.
Oh yeah, I think they will.
I believe that. But that's a successful season for Liverpool. Realistically, I think Liverpool fans wouldn't want that. They want to go again with everything that they signed, the players that they signed, right? That's what you want your manager, when you pay your big bucks of your manager to do, win, right? But realistically, when you actually look at the scenario, if they finish top 4, it's a good season for Liverpool. Just know 100%. Next year they have to win. Do you understand where I'm coming from? They can have this buffer period. Tottenham are allowed to have this buffer period after last year. This is being a transitional period for Tottenham, which again I've said that. Look, I'm saying that Frank can be successful. I'm not saying that he can't. I didn't say that. I'm just saying that we, as a fan base, have to have our standards correct. What is our standards? Because if it's becoming a development club, that's a major problem, man. We're never going to punch above our weight.
I think maybe what I'm trying to say is obviously this is a problem Tottenham has always had, right? Say we got in Poch, right? Yeah. So we had those 1 or 2 years. Obviously, we finished third in the second season, right? But that was kind of like ahead of time. And then we finished second the season after. But what happened with Poch is he developed what he had and added like a few more players. But then we never, because of Levy and whoever, we never bought the players to make the final step. If that makes sense. So we do the development, and then we end up selling the players because we don't make the final step. So right now we're in a development thing, and then hopefully because Levy's gone now. Hopefully, fingers crossed. When we get to the point when we need to buy those 2-3. So
wait, Paz, tell me this, innit? What's your standing next year then? Next year, if you was to judge Tottenham, let's just say this year is a Frank getting used to used to be managing a big club. Next year, what is your requirements that will ultimately say, Frank, you stay or Frank, you go? What does he have to achieve for you to be convinced that this is the right manager for the next few years?
Champions League.
100%. I agree with that. Top four. It has to be solid, and it can't be a case where we're flirting with 6, 7. Nah, I have to.
No,
I need to.
Yeah.
That's my only concern. That's my only concern.
My priority in general, TJ, is say we get when we get to that point, the season 3. Like, will we make say we finish 4th season 2, right? Are we going to go that summer by say 2 or 3 top players, put them in the team, for example, right, and make that next step? Like Liverpool did,
no. Right? I hope we do. Are we gonna due to our new ownership? Yeah. No, I hope we do. This is my concern. Yeah. This is the root of why I'm concerned about the whole process. This is my concern. My concern about the root of the problem. It's not about Frank. It's not about Ange. I want to make it abundantly clear to everybody that it's not about being manager. You can have Tom, Dick, and Harry. You can have me in charge. Ultimately, it's not about the manager. Yeah. Ultimately, this is my concern. We have a new ownership in charge, right? On the 3rd year, if they don't back whoever it is, it could be Frank, it could be Ange, it could be me, it could be whoever, right? If they don't put the money where the mouthpiece is, and we don't go and become a big club, then this whole process of sacking Frank and going backward was all a waste of time. Do you understand my point?
Yeah.
Because Chelsea are talking about wanting to compete at the best level. Right?
Yeah.
How long has Maresca been in charge? Nearly 3 years now, right?
Yeah.
Nearly 3 years. So they're expecting much better. If next year they don't challenge or they don't go for a big honor, then I know a lot of Chelsea fans.
Yeah.
Chelsea fans will say Maresca out. In fact, I see Chelsea fans saying Maresca out right now, and it's fair for them to say it.
Mate. I was at the when we played Monaco, I went to a pub in Enfield, innit? And like it was a group of us, innit? So we had like one Arsenal fan, one whatever fan. So obviously all 3 games were on the screens. So you had like the Tottenham game, then you had the Liverpool game was opposite me. I sat in a really good place actually, I could see all 3 games. And the Chelsea game was over there. So one of the guys came out with, he's a Chelsea fan, and he was like, he's Maresca out, man. And I'm like, why? Why are you Maresca out? You won the Conference League and you finished top 4 last season. He goes, oh no, I don't like him, whatever. And then they won the game 5-1 in the end, or 4-1 in the end, whatever that game was. But yeah, so a lot of them don't want him.
Because the standard has to meet the standard of what the club represents.
They used to Abramovich and winning trophies, and
the standard has to meet what the standard represents. The problem is Tottenham don't have a standard. That's the ultimate problem that I had with sacking Ange. Because you sacked a manager that got you a trophy with a bad standard. That is very rare. What clubs are run like Tottenham will have a chance at winning something like this? Not that many clubs. You can't list a lot of clubs. So it was a surprising thing. I was surprised, even though I said, "Yo, we have to believe." Bro, ultimately, going into a Europa League final against United after they won a trophy last year, what was you saying? You wasn't confident. No, not. I don't think any Spurs fan was confident. I was not confident. Even though I said we have to believe, I wasn't confident that we would win.
I was.
So this is a fact. This is a fact that I'm saying. You can call me Frank. I'm a Frank sympathizer. I'm an Ange sympathizer. You can call me. I'm a Chiquino French. I'm a. Cool. Do what you need. That's you. That's who you want to see me as. To be fair, I couldn't give a flying fuck. I'll be so honest with you.
Yeah.
I care about success. I want my club to go forward, not backwards. So 2 years will tell me. And 2 years, if I give him 2 years and it goes badly, bro, I'm Frank out. That's how I see it.
Fair enough.
But yeah, that's my take, man. What are you saying though? How you been, man? Doing anything for Halloween?
Good. No.
You trick or treating?
Nah, mate. I'm probably just gonna watch a movie, to be honest. But you? Are you doing anything or not?
Nah, I don't celebrate Halloween, but back in my hood life days, in it, yeah. It is haram, man. Haram, man. Bro. Bro, haram. But back in my hood, back in my my hood days, in it. Back then, in it, yeah. We'll do this thing called trick or treat. If you don't answer the door, firework through the door. It's crazy. I know. It's. Yeah. Bro, listen. I was a menace back then, innit? We'd knock on the door, trick or treat, yeah. No trick or treat in the left. All you hear is choo choo.
Mate, you're actually a menace.
I was a menace back then, innit?
Egg stuff as well, innit?
Nah, I'm not on that thing, innit? You know what? I'm not on that thing, innit? Someone decided to do it to my grandma's house, and I said, cleaning that is a myth.
It is. It's fucking ages.
It's a myth. And you know what? Sometimes people have LeBron James throws, innit? Throwing the top roof, innit? Bro, how the hell am I meant to clean that?
Yeah. Man said LeBron James. Yeah, probably. But yeah, nah, it used to be, when I was growing up, it was more like the egg thing was a big thing, I remember. But I don't remember fireworks. That's like your end.
I'm from the hood, innit? That's why.
Yeah.
You live. I think you live in a really tamed area. You know what I'm talking about?
Compared to Tottenham, bro. Like,
yeah, you live in a tamed area. You know, the geographic of who I deal with on a day-to-day basis. I go through my door, I see a cracking. I'll be like, "Well gone, my bro." What are you saying? He says, "Well gone." It's like, "Do you got any money?" I'm like, "You know, you don't answer me that question." Like, I say that to these man, innit? And I walk through my door, and he goes back on the floor and he sits out.
I go to him. My mate's like, he barely goes to Spurs games, yeah. And I go to him, we're going to walk from Seven Sisters like tomorrow, innit? And he goes, "Are there dodgy people around Tottenham?" But I said to him, "It doesn't matter, man. Like, I'll just call TJ if anything happens." You know them, that man down then anyway. So I was like,
I know everybody, man.
TJ tested me if you have any problems, just call me in it. So
I know everybody.
I walk downstairs.
You know what is in it? You know what is in it? I think it's the geographical people in it. So when you don't live in a toxic area, I call it toxic. It's toxic, isn't it? Because you shouldn't have to accept it. Like the other day, in it, someone got stabbed outside my block, in it, yeah. But I was like, bro, usually people be like, "Wow, that's crazy." I'm like, bro, it is what it is, isn't it? You know what I'm talking about? Or more time I go to my yard, innit? Yeah, they stop and search me. Yeah, the same brothers stop and search me and they don't find nothing. Or even still, I'm on my electric bike, the policeman chased me. Bro, like, what's the reason? What's the reason? I'm sure if I'm riding through wherever you man live, bro, I go past the police car. Yeah, the policeman will smile, I'll wave at him and he will let me go. If I wave at him, he's turning the car around and chasing me, bro.
Like when you on the other day of the week, remember?
Bro, that was crazy, bro. That was absolutely insane.
Yeah, I said it to one of my mates. I thought it was so cool. He was just like, I was like, TJ got chased by the feds. Hey,
lifestyle's crazy, bro. I need to change it, bro. You know what I need to do? It's not even lifestyle, bro. I'm not even a bad youth. It's just I'm a victim of my area.
It's just your area.
I'm a victim of my area, innit? And the one that this is the thing as well.
If you dress a certain way in certain areas, like you'll get stopped. This is how it is, unfortunately.
And this is the
Like,
thing,
if you
innit?
dress
I'm
a
a
certain way,
victim of my area. I'm a victim of my area. I'll be
Yeah.
so ruined, yeah. But it's not even just that. I don't blame people that end up doing mad things and doing bad crimes because of the area, because they're forced to do it.
Yeah.
Most people,
Yeah.
most human beings are forced to do a lot of things that they don't like, particularly whether it's the drugs, whether it's whatever. No, it's not even that.
Yeah.
Like, even like when you think about working wise, yeah, I'm fortunate I'm working, right? There's a lot of my boys that are not working. Yeah. They're on the trap, they're on the grind.
Oh wow, yeah.
Literally, that's their work. So if that's where they're eating,
it's the area, man.
It's the area, bro.
It's the area, yeah.
But once Tottenham turns into Wembley, bro, I can't lie to you. Spotting me in the crowd, you're gonna be like, shit, he's not meant to be here.
But what I'm saying is, I think it's to do just the area, isn't it? But it's like, Wood Green. Do you know? You must know Wood Green. Wood Green's like that.
Of course I do. Of course I do. I work in Wood Green. You know this already, my bro.
Yeah. Like, but I mean, I know there's like, I'm only like 2 stops away from Wood Green anyway. But,
you never like to go there, man.
No, I don't like to go. But bro, sometimes I don't have a choice. Area. You know when like that. Yeah.
No, I'm in Wood Green right now, innit? You go for it, my bro.
Last week, yeah, Southgate was closed. So I had to get a bus to get on PV line. So I got a bus to Wood Green in the mornings. And then I don't have a choice, bro. So anyway, I've got Wood Green, and you can just tell the difference in like the area compared to like where I am. Like it's
terrible, isn't it? It's terrible. Yeah. Nah, it is true though. Like when you think about it, innit, you're what your surroundings are. So like, if I was to move out, it'll take me a long time to harmonize with everybody. Because let's be real, innit, when I'm walking through ends, innit, I'm looking left and right, making sure like, nobody's coming to run up on man. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm making sure I'm prepared. If someone's ready to run up on man, I'm prepared. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
The worst thing is to get run up on man and you're not prepared.
Yeah.
It happened to me once when I was 16, 15. Bro, walking through the ends, innit, yeah? I don't know who it was, innit, to be honest with you. But I was young and naive, innit? Man pulled up on his bike, innit? He was like, what gone? Where you from, innit? I was like, yo, I'm from these ends, innit? He was like, well, that's the wrong question. I was like, I'm like, trying to G-check me. Yeah? Lucky enough, innit? Lucky enough, innit, yeah? Man spoke to me like, yo, you're from the hood as well, and I understand your process, innit? So he let me fly.
Yeah.
But I know if I was a victim, bro, I would have to give him my phone, my watch, my card, everything. You know what I'm talking about? People are crazy. Yeah. When people don't have nothing, they act crazy. That's a fact.
Because I think a lot of crime, I'm not saying all crime, because obviously there's people that are just bad in it. But I do think some crime is driven by people who just can't make money.
100%. But do you blame them though?
Yeah.
No. Realistically, do you blame them? No. I'm saying, really. But do you blame them? Yeah, because you can't. It's so difficult to blame someone that don't have nothing. It's like me saying, yeah, your only way of making P in it is doing all of these things in it. And sometimes you might say, why can't you get a job? But like, I know boys that are looking for jobs. Like my brother, for example, he's struggling to find a job, innit? Bro, like
it's hard.
It's peak.
Bro, it's hard out
there. It's peak.
Yeah.
It's peak out there, bro. But yeah, man.
Yeah, cool. Anything else you want to say before we end the stream, or?
I'm good, my bro. I'm good, man.
Yeah, cool. Anyway, guys, we'll see you next week, I guess. Yeah, and Levy's gone.
See you next week. Yeah, man. So it's Levy in.